Hello, everyone, and welcome to Red Valkyrie Presents. I am, of course, Shae the Red with my absolutely amazing co-host, Cyborg Valkyrie. How are you doing, love?
I am doing awesome. How are you today, Shay?
I'm good. I feel like in this cosplay, I am limited in movement to include what I say and how I move my head. So we'll see how this goes.
Yes,
Uh,
no excessive jaw motion.
you know what? Can I just say there has to be something better out there than freaking Spirit Gum. I disagree that Spirit Gum is good or the gold standard
You
because
know the
it
problem?
almost never works.
Here's the problem. It's
What's
the
the
back
problem?
attachment.
It,
If you
but
had,
even
if,
that,
I'm telling you, if you attached at the back as
I
well,
did. I
no, you
did
didn't.
today.
No, you
Yes, I
did not.
did. You don't fucking
Lies.
know. I
I know.
did.
I was
It
here.
happened. You were
You
not.
suck.
You were watching other things.
No,
Look at Frank. Frank's just like, what? Yep, it's another
Huh?
domestic
What?
happening. Let me just look around. So, for people who don't know, we are here with Frank Martin. How are you doing, Frank?
I'm doing fabulous. That was quite a cosplay compilation for the intro.
Yeah. The funny thing is that is such a small sampling of the
I,
guests, the projects, and the cosplays that
I can
we've done over
imagine.
the years.
And it was still a
Like
lot.
I think we're pushing 400 at this point.
Yikes.
closer.
Yeah, we're getting very close to it. But you know, I know that I at least have 365 days worth of cosplays that didn't completely fall apart during the show. So
I
I've
mean,
got a year's worth of things not crumbling until later.
yeah.
I mean, I was here when I did Macabre Motel and you dressed up as Chester, and that was 2020. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean we've been doing this for 4.5 years, and it's I think after what it was episode 3 of Red Valkyrie Presents, we have done more elaborate cosplays. The first 3 were still they weren't really cosplays, but it was like I'm gonna wear a headband with antlers that my hair is gonna get stuck in. Yeah, exactly. I mean, kawaii. But it only lasted for like 2 or 3, and then I was like, I can't do it. I have to do something cooler than this because I feel really dumb doing this in my 30s. And so now we do cosplays, and they get more and more elaborate as we go.
If you're gonna do it,
One
do
day
it.
I'll be
Don't
really
dip your toe
good.
in.
One day I'll be so good at bald caps and various other prosthetics. It'll be amazing. But that day is not today, unfortunately. We're working on it. Speaking
Don't give
of
it away.
cosplays, we're gonna give it away right now because we're gonna do the reveal. Why would we not do the reveal?
Oh my god.
Why would we talk about it this whole time and then just not show anybody?
Right? No, we're not. I'm just gonna stay like this the entire show.
Brace yourself.
You just use your imagination.
Metamorphosis completed, sir.
Shae the Red.
Has now become
Awesome.
Ah!
Looks pretty good.
So I was looking at everything that you had, and I really want to see, like, it's already coming up in the back. Oh, I hate bald caps. I hate bald caps. They piss me off.
Just don't
But it's
turn
like-
around. Just
Yeah, that's why I can't move. I can't
We
move.
need
I have to stay
we
just
need
like
to
this.
Bic razor the back of your neck, and then I need to hold it in place while you glue the front. That's it. It's fine.
I can't, doing it by yourself is very difficult.
It is.
But I will say, I was looking at all of your characters, and I was like, well, I can play a dude, a bald dude, a dude that has blacked out eyes, or this random side character with her tore up dress that's getting saved by a bald dude. And I was like, we're gonna go with her because she has red hair, and I can just pull that through a bald cap and be like, yeah.
you're definitely resonating some Star Trek there. It's
Good.
definitely
I'm
Star
happy.
Trek-y.
I'm trying so hard. So for people who don't know, this is what we're here for. We're here for our hero Phenom, and is this your first superhero book?
It is. It's my first
Oh.
superhero comic after
Ooh.
20 plus campaigns, and the marketing genius that I am decided to come on a live stream the day after it ends.
Yeah, you know that's how it goes. It's fine, guys.
Fine.
Back now. That's why you're here.
I
Okay,
don't
go back.
I don't plan these things too much.
It doesn't show at all, except a lot, but it's fine.
Damn.
Perfectly.
Oh, actually, Oh my gosh, you can't back it.
No, it's not Indiegogo. You can't back
No,
it.
but I thought it was still live. Is it?
It
on
ended
Indiegogo?
yesterday. It's not. It's if you want the book, you need to message me and say I want the book, which people
Wow.
do. I get a couple messages every campaign of
Wow.
people that's like,
Okay.
I didn't get there in time. What do I do? I'm like, just send me money and I send you things. That's how it works.
Okay, this might be the first time that we've had a Red Valkyrie Presents where you can't back it live. Alright then.
First
Well,
time in 4.5 years.
yeah,
Always breaking new grounds with my incompetence.
this is true. Like, as long as it's not, we don't get to a point where I have to end the stream because of your lack of preparation, we're good. I've only had to do that like twice.
I can talk forever.
I know you. That is, nobody's doubting that, Frank. No one ever would doubt that. All right, so why don't you tell us a little bit about our hero Phenom?
So the premise behind Our Hero Phenom is that the dudes in the picture of the cover, they're all the same dude. He's a shapeshifter, and he's basically like the planet's superhero, Superman. And what he does is travel from planet to planet, pretending to be from that planet. So he'll pretend to be like of the native population and being their native superhero. And then he just does that for every planet. And the story kicks off when he goes to one such planet and it's destroyed. He failed in his job to protect them, and he kind of has to reconcile with that fact.
So this is like 16 versions of the same dude
Yes.
on this cover, and then he's just holding whatever like planet that he went to.
Pretty much. That's
actually
the
kinda
idea
interesting.
behind the cover. So one of those is actually his true form. I mean, you find it out in the story, but you're not going to know just by looking at the cover. But it's like a kind of concept. It's like, who is he? He's all of them. He has no like solid identity because he's pretending to be all these people everywhere he goes.
Very interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I figure if I'm going to do a superhero story, I'm not just going to do your standard good versus evil. I want to dive into this hero's psychology head first. And
Well,
see
the
what
thing
makes
that's
him
really
tick.
the thing that's really funny too is like your style of storytelling. You do a lot of one shots, you do a lot of short runs, you do a lot of like get out storytelling, and it's kind of perfect for the way that a lot of your storytelling goes, that you're going to have a character that is going to constantly change like his entire appearance, the planet he's on, and where he's going, because that really kind of still plays into the whole like we're going to get in and get out with some of these stories, but we can keep the same basic character for a while, kinda. But you don't have to write him the same, draw him the same. Like you get to play around with all of your variety.
Yeah. One of the things when I was critiquing this script around with a bunch of writers is they're like, this is a lot of characters to draw, like concepts to come up with. And he's like, are you going to come up with these for your artist? I'm like, no, I don't do that. Like, why would I do that? So I had an artist that was
I
awesome.
pay the artist and then he decides.
Yeah, I mean, I had an awesome artist who was very cooperative, and he had fun coming up with all the different designs. So they're all him, except for the human, obviously. I mean, he's just a human. But all the other ones, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Make him an alien. It doesn't really matter what they look like. So he did a good job making them super varied, and you can kind of see that on the cover.
Yeah, I like the, like when you're looking at the main cover, I really like the variety, especially because when you tell somebody to make an alien, it can go south so quickly. It can really get bad very, very fast. And looking at all of these characters, I was like, these characters are actually like, they're cool. They're interesting. I kind of want to know more about what's this dude with the red gradient in the middle? Like what's this guy's story? He looks kind of crazy. This one's got some horns sticking out of his face. Like, what's up with you, man? You got like 6 eyes. I want to know what's going on over here. Like, it's cool to see.
I don't think he tried to reinvent the wheel. He's like, these are the humanoid features that these characters have, and we're just going to toy around with colors and face designs and maybe some extra features like horns or double eyes and stuff, and then that's kind of it. And so like they feel alien, but they all feel like humanoid in a way. That's just basic,
well, and
it's
it feels more believable. It doesn't feel so crazy, like off the wall, doing completely insane stuff where you just look at it and you're like, it's too much. Like artists have a too much gene, most of us. And our too much gene gets real active when somebody's like, do what you think is in, like, whatever's in your head, do that. And we're like, oh no, it's gonna be crazy. And so I'm applauding that your artist has enough like restraint to be like, okay, we're not gonna go with the too much gene. We're just gonna, we're just gonna change some of the face patterns. We're gonna change some of the colors. We're gonna change like a tiny bit of the shape, but nothing too crazy because it keeps it all within the realm of believability.
There were two ways they could have gone for the cover, and if you go scroll down, you could see where the covers. So the first cover, obviously, it's just all the different guys, and then
Right.
I did the other approach with the variant, which is just one guy, and then you have multiple strips of all of his different features, which is kind of like
Right.
flip side of that. Which
I
thought
also
was pretty
really
cool.
like this right here, the blue side. That 100% is screaming like Castlevania vampire to me, with the like the pointed ear and the way that the hair looks. I'm like, oh, I want to see the full of that one because he's got the gaunt cheekbones and everything. That 100% looks like a Castlevania type of classic vampire.
Yeah, they're all different. They all got these weird quirks to them. And the story's weird because I don't really dive too much into all of the specific aliens because I had to focus on the hero. But it
Right.
definitely, even though it's a one shot, like you were saying, it encompasses the entire galaxy. If I wanted to come back to it, there's plenty of other material I can jump on and carry forward. There's a lot that I could get out of Phenom if I try to revisit him.
Well, and that's kind of what I was getting at with the way that your storytelling style kind of is, and how you like to change it up a lot. Like you're not so much a let me do the same thing over and over again. You're like, I really like to write, a story that's like tongue in cheek, and then turn around and write like a horror, and then turn around and write like a sci-fi. I'm like, you like to mix it up so much that I love that you're like, I have my superhero book. He shapeshifts.
That's writer ADHD for you. I did this. I don't want to do this again. I want to do something new.
Yeah.
I like the new. I like the challenge of it, I
Right.
want to keep myself on my toes. It's not to keep my audience on their toes. I don't care about them. I want to keep myself honest by trying and touching upon all these different things.
Well, and it's fun because there's so much that can happen, but it's just very frank. Like if you know you as a writer, like it just really fits in.
The one question I hate getting is like, describe to me a Frank Martin story. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like you think I know
I
what
can
I'm
do that
doing?
easy. Are you ready? Put every possible genre you can think of on a dartboard, spin it, and throw 3 knives at it, and whatever it lands on, that's one story.
All I can tell you about what a Frank Martin story is I don't phone it in. I'm going, whatever it is, I'm doing it for a reason. I'm putting my all into it. And
Right.
and it has a purpose. It has a reason for being. It's not there just to make a booby book. It's not there just because I want to make a superhero story. It's because I feel compelled to make this superhero story and to tell this guy's journey and make you think about him.
Right. Well, I will say, out of all the creators that we've had on, you are probably one of the more passionate. That,
Ooh, I like that.
Whenever you are writing something, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that like you do so many varied things that you go where the passion sparks instead of being beholden to, I have this one story that I'm going to tell for 30 issues with the same characters and try to continually make it interesting. You'll be like, oh, we're gonna snippet stories, and if I get interested, I'll go back and tell more of it, but I also want to tell these other 30 things going on, so I'm just going to keep going.
That's it's a double-edged sword, because at the one hand, yes, I am passionate about all these stories. On the other hand, it's hard to be passionate about a story is not going to do well in the market. That means chasing stuff that it doesn't have wide mainstream appeal, which to me it's okay. It's about expectations. Indie comics aren't a great venue for superheroes because the big two have them dominated. So I definitely tailored my expectations for this But you know what? It's a balance, because sometimes I do stumble upon a story I'm passionate about that just happens to check a lot of boxes for the market, and it does well. So it ends up balancing out in the end.
Yeah,
Or
well,
at
and
least
I think one of the big things I've noticed is it's really hard to predict what is going to hit, because it's the same with anything in social media, anything as an indie artist. If you're, you can spend hours and hours and hours editing a video to make a really cool post, to put it up on Instagram and everywhere, and like get 3 views, and then you can be like, I had bacon and toast today, and you get like 1,000 views and like likes, and you're like, I don't understand why you liked my, like, I worked so hard on the other shit and you like the fucking bacon. I don't get it.
It is very weird. It is very weird. I think that there's 3 levels of trying to catch that wave. There's the first wave, which is an unexpected hit. Like Harry Potter. Nobody expected Harry Potter to take off. It just happened to be good at that same right time. And then there's people that notice it quickly and jump on the wave, and they get to ride it a little bit. And then there's the people at the very end that are like, oh, it's blowing up, let's get on. And then they get the ripples at the very end. And
yeah.
I try not to look at the waves. I just try to do a cannonball and just see what happens.
Well, I honestly think that when people constantly try to chase whatever is popular, the amount of disappointment that you end up feeling ends up being a lot, because it's hard to find things and maintain like a constant beat on what's happening around. But if it's something that you love and it's something that you really want to pursue, a lot of the time your excitement, your passion is what ends up being like the draw, because you're so excited about it, you're so committed to it, that other people are like, I normally wouldn't look at this, but he seems very, very excited, and I'm kind of excited hearing him talk about it. So like, okay, yeah, let me look at this story. Let me see what happens.
I hope so, because passion's all I got. All I got is words and my smile.
Well, keep doing what makes you happy. So, all right, tell us a little bit about, like, you told us about kind of the overall. So what is this book specifically focusing on?
So the idea is, it's a psychological book. It's a psychological superhero story. I akin it to like Watchmen or Kingdom Come, something that really dives headfirst into the psychology of the hero. So Phenom is a superhero. He goes to planets. He rescues people. But it's, why does he do that? Does he really want to do the maximum amount of good, or does he appreciate so much the love he gets from all of these people? Because if he was really true and honest, he wouldn't need to hide his face everywhere he went. And
right.
There's a story that unravels this and kind of questions it. I have a Lex Luthor-ish character to Phenom Superman, who's kind of like pointing a finger at him and saying like, you're not as good as you think you are. And the job of the book is, by the end, for you to have an opinion on Phenom. It might be a good opinion, might be a bad opinion, but I just want you to think. I want you to think about him when you're done reading it, and to question why he does what he does, and try to get into the psychology of who he is as a person. So when I write a story, the ultimate joy that I have is when 2 people read it, they both come away with different opinions, and they'll argue about those different opinions. So
you like to sow discourse.
I do. I want to make people. I mean, not all the time. I'm making a book about farts, and I don't really care if people think about that too deeply. But in this book, I do. I want people to think about superheroes. I mean, a lot of people think that superheroes are just big muscles and they punch the bad guy and they save the day, which can be some superhero stories, but the concept of giving an individual this ultimate absolute power is intriguing. It's an interesting concept. So I like to, the philosophy major in me likes to toil with that and kind of dissect it and write stories about it.
Nice. Yeah, it is really interesting. It's an interesting like dilemma, I guess, that you've kind of put out there, because there's a saying that says that you're a villain in someone's story, Like, no matter how hard you try to be a good person, to someone, you are a villain. Now, if you're a villain in a lot of people's stories, then maybe you're doing something a little bit wrong. But also, maybe you're not. It really just kind of depends on how you feel at the end of the day about yourself, and if you're happy with what you do. And I think it's interesting that you're like, oh, so he's going around constantly trying to blend in with all of these different, populations and species and stuff. And is he doing it because he really just wants to see good in the world, or is he doing it because he's an attention whore and he knows that if he shows up as one of them and saves them, he's more likely to be accepted than if he shows up as himself?
Or it's both. Is it going to be both? I don't know. I mean,
Who knows?
he is saving people. People are absolutely grateful for what he does, but he's duping them. He's not being honest. So
Yeah.
maybe it could be both things at the same time.
Interesting.
And very, very interesting. I was a big fan of V for Vendetta because there's a running theme throughout the graphic novel of, they call him a terrorist, right? Throughout the entire book.
Yeah.
And it's one person's terrorist is another person's freedom fighter. And I love that perspective of storytelling, that like, to one person, it could mean something completely different to another person. And I try to take advantage of that sometimes.
Yeah. Are you planning on making My Hero Phenom multiple issues, or is this going to be a one and done?
It's a one and done. However, when we talked about the Macabre Motel, I had that same answer, and I'm doing a sequel this year for it. So I never say never to anything. I get a lot of people ask me when they're finished reading a book of mine, so when's the next one coming out? And I'm like, there is no next one. They're like, what do you mean? This is good. I want more. And I'm like, too bad. Like, it doesn't work like that. If something sparks in me, I have no problem chasing it and revisiting it. But as of right now, I have no follow-up to Phenom's story. I would like to, but readers know when you're forcing something, when you're making a sequel just to make a sequel.
Yeah.
So I have to have that kernel of inspiration, that spark first, before I chase it. And it's just not there yet. So
Yeah, that's totally fair.
if I do, I can tell you that I would love to chase. I can never pronounce that guy's name from Superman. His villain, Mr. Mixopolitalik, or whatever the fuck he's called.
Just call him Mixie.
Mixie. He's such a great character. I love these godlike impish beings that can have unlimited power and they just like mess with people. And I think introducing Phenom's Mixie will be interesting because Phenom's like, right now he is the ultimate power. He's flying around, shape-shifting, duping everybody. So to introduce somebody who kind of just is more powerful than him and just messes with him, that would be fun. But I don't know where I will go with that yet. So I don't want to just try to force a story out of it.
Fair. Sorry, my cat made a really trippy sound, and I had to make sure he wasn't, dying.
My dog is like, I don't know, licking, eating her foot.
It happens. It's okay.
Thank you for saying foot. I had concerns.
I think
We all know
did.
We all know what cats lick when they're idle.
Well, she's at her foot, but that tongue may go south any second now. So do something weird with it. I don't know if that's referring to my dog licking herself or the game.
No, you can never know really with Crooked Painter. But Crooked Painter, thank you very much for the $20. We're waiting
It'll
for
come along.
Taco Titty Dance. Sure, it'll happen
Yes.
sometime soon. It's not going to take forever.
It will not. Hold on. I'm kicking it in the pants.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It really does take a long time on its own.
Look.
Like it has to go through various verification stages or something. Like, I don't know if you really go to Super Chat.
No, Streamlabs has been a little bit laggy lately. So obviously that happened in the last, say, minute. It hasn't shown up on Streamlabs dashboard yet. And that's exactly when it'll hit the other way. So I'm just going to put this... Oh, which one? That one.
There you go.
I'm going to put this there. And as soon as I see it show up on the dashboard.
Then just interact with it. Tsukume says, damn, sold out. Impressive. So little snafu. This ended yesterday, apparently. Frank.
I always knew it was gonna end. I'm like,
Why did you say anything to us?
I
can't
definitely
with you.
said something. I definitely
Oh,
I'm gonna go back and check. I'm gonna go check the DMs. Pretty sure you didn't. Oh, there it is.
here it comes. Yeah.
A taco.
Taco on
Thank
the
you very much,
boobs.
Cricket Painter.
Oops.
If you are watching this and you want the book, hit me up. I'm obviously gonna have the book available.
His Twitter is pinned at the top of the chat, so you can DM him.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's also
And
in the
so-
description. If it's not in the description, then just refresh because I changed it.
Very nice. So let's talk about what they can ask from you. So what they can pay you and what you will give them since it's closed.
I mean, I didn't know that if you have a black background, all of my fancy pictures don't show up. That's nice to know.
Oh, do you want me to hold on? I can turn it off.
Fancy. So I have a digital deluxe version, which has like the script, layouts, concept, character designs, all that jazz. That's for $8. Standard cover is $15. That's with shipping, domestically at least. If you live in Timbuktu, it's going to be a little bit more. For those who aren't familiar with me, I do a theme song for every one of my projects, which is cool. For an extra $5, you can get that. Also, and my cat just decides to walk across the street. If you wanted the digital only and the theme song too, we can arrange that. It's not a problem. But it's only available, I guess, while the campaign's over. It doesn't really matter. But
it's only available while he's fulfilling.
Yeah, whatever. I'll take money anytime. Variant cover, the homage cover, cover bundle, and then I do have a metal cover too of the standard. I'm gonna print a couple, not a lot of them, maybe like 5 or so. So if you want to grab a metal cover of the standard cover, we can work that out. And I have a whole bunch of other books too. So if you stalk me on my website and you see something you want, you can
very cool.
let me know,
Yeah,
or just purchase it on the sword. That's it.
I was gonna say, if you go in here, Kickstarter, I do not like your new layout. You can click on this button right here, and you can go to Frank's website and see his back catalog of stuff. He's got a lot on there.
Me too. You've been doing this for 10 years. You start to accumulate things.
Little bit. And it's all nicely categorized too, so you can just start clicking through categories and see all kinds of stuff. Because that's what I was doing earlier today.
It's funny. I have to update it every once in a while. In the beginning, I was just like, "Here are my comics," and there's 3 of them. But if I did that now, it would just be like scrolling forever. I have to like make categories.
You gotta break them up a little.
Yeah, you gotta update the website every once in a while, which I hate doing because it's tedious.
You also have the theme song if people want to listen to it beforehand, see if they want to.
Yeah, it's a little sample of it.
Let me put that in here. So if you want to listen, there's the theme song sample. Look at Jens Richard. How are you doing? He says, "What are we cosplaying today?" Well, let me show you. She is a background character. This young lady right here.
She has a speaking role.
I'm sorry. She says, "You saved me." Thank you.
No, she doesn't just say that. She also screams in the panel before.
I'm sorry. She does also say, "Ah!"
Shae, you are a damsel.
I knew it. I'm a damsel in distress. Oh.
Yes, your 5'7" they friend will save your 6'1" ass. Don't worry.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yep.
Sai, do you got any questions for Frank?
No, I read over the campaign. I'm really sad that I didn't notice that it had ended instead of, getting people's hopes up with links that don't work. But, yeah.
You and me both. Frank just sat back on that little nugget.
Just go to some place that they can't spend money.
Shae, check the DMs. Check the DMs.
Oh,
we're gonna
check
call
right
Frank
now?
out.
No,
yes.
I'm gonna do it too. Let's do it too.
Yeah, and Frank, typing in right now. Hey, by the way, that campaign.
Good screenshot and get it big. Let's see.
Yeah, no, there is nothing. There is nothing. I'm waiting for Frank to scroll back and be like, oh, shit.
You're right.
So cool and uncool at the same moment. Yeah, okay.
Just hit him up in DM.
Oh, you know what it is? We changed the date. That's the problem.
We did. Yeah, we changed it, which is why when I asked if we could change the date, if it was going to be a problem, that's what I was asking, is were you still going to be live? Next time I'll just be more specific.
You know, I need to do a new pinned tweet on the Red Valkyrie account. Remember how it's like send your images and stuff like that here and blah 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 if you're going to be on our show. I need to add a little caveat to that. Also, let us know if you're still funding. With the
So
date.
to be fair, Frank, you're actually catching a lot of heat because we've had an increased number of people who were like, yeah, I'm totally ready to come on the show. And then, you know, I'll reach out like 2 days beforehand and they're like, oh, I forgot to tell you. We actually had to push it back to next year.
So I'm the opposite problem.
You're the,
I'm done.
already finished. Like, I either get people that haven't launched yet or that have already wrapped. And I'm like, live. Like, the Red Valkyrie Presents is the live campaign, so
I love
okay.
the people that are like, yeah, it ended like 4 weeks ago, and you're like, well, why would you even want to come on? It's not
Right.
still
I
in
was like,
demand.
what's the point of
And they're
coming
like, I'll
on?
just talk about my next project. No.
Yeah.
No. That's,
Yep.
that's no.
So it's and you know, I appreciate everybody's always got projects, but I do not have unlimited funds to do all of that. Look at that. So look, even with us having someone who doesn't have a campaign that is currently active, we still got you a backer.
That's
Because
awesome.
Takume just sent
And thank you
a
to
DM.
the 40 people watching. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I see that. Talking to him right now.
Nice. See, the Valkyrie flight is so powerful that a closed Kickstarter won't stop it.
Just force it in there. No lube.
We'll shove it on in there, and everyone will still get what they want.
It ended yesterday, so I haven't even placed the print order yet. So
There you go.
Nice.
See, get it now while it's hot.
well,
Yes.
red hot.
And before he
the print
orders,
order goes,
yeah, before he orders too little.
everyone go send him a DM right now. In fact, flood Frank's DMs and make him feel bad for not telling us ahead of time, but also simultaneously really good because he's gonna get a bunch of backers.
Yeah, I mean that's my life, feeling bad and good at the same time.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Send the message now. We booked
Send-
out in advance, and Shae's about to have about 6 weeks of unavailability starting next week.
Yep.
When did I originally message you?
You messaged me a good ways
December.
out. It's
January? December?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We literally are booking out 2+
About
months
2
in
months.
advance. If anybody's got a campaign that they want to get on, we are not going to be able to do a Red Valkyrie Presents for the entirity of April.
Yep.
So,
And the beginning of May.
Nice. That's a nice.
and the very
idea.
beginning of May.
Shae's in
Yep,
Germany.
So I'm gonna be in Bavaria.
Bavaria, drinking beer.
Oh hell yeah! Drinking beer, eating schnitzel, and somewhere in there doing training that I have to do for class. It's fine.
Learning
but I'm
sand squiggle.
definitely
It's
doing
fine.
definitely doing the other stuff. But yeah, so
It
let
was
us
the time
know.
change. It's not entirely my fault.
It's a 6 hours ahead of here, and I don't know that I will have reliable internet. So
Well, that's fine. Everybody needs a
probably
break.
not streaming. Sai better be streaming because our channel can't take a 6-week vacation.
So here's just what I was typing in the chat. So I'm going to try 2 to 3 streams a week plus regen. Those 2 to 3 streams a week are probably going to be gaming or just general bullshit streams. I want to do gaming streams so I can get more on camera.
Yeah.
Also during that time, I completely forgot what I was going to say. Yeah. So I'm going to cross stream between this one and our gaming channel just to make sure that some content is coming through on this channel.
Yes. And I just want to point out, Sai, I really like the way that this layout is because underneath both of us, you just have tits. It's great.
That's quite the. I can't follow it. What is that? A little flare that's going around in circles? I'm like,
oh yeah, that's it's the lightning.
I'm just like, my eyes are like, it's changing colors. It's nonstop. This is. It's like that screensaver that you just watch until it hits the corner and
exactly.
it never does.
Thanks for letting me know. I am almost never on Facebook, but I will go and double check again.
You want to explain what happened with Facebook?
We can no longer live stream on Facebook.
Not right now, anyway.
Not currently.
What happened? Did you get in trouble?
Apparently, they decided that something that we posted violated their rules, and I was like, I would really love to dispute this because I think that you're wrong. And they went, noted. I was like, that's it.
Did they even tell you what it was?
Why are you saying it vaguely? Like, is there a purpose? Because I'm about to blurt out the.
Just blurt it out. I don't care.
Okay, so we had Bill Mouse on, and one of the images on his campaign actually shows some areola, not nipple. So we're pretty sure that was it because that was the stream that.
It was right after that stream that they were like, "Yep, you are no longer allowed to stream." I was like, "Oh,
at least for a time."
That's dumb.
And we can upload
We'll see how long.
pre-recorded shows. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Stop it! Leave me alone.
Anyway.
Like, you're done streaming. Oh my gosh, yes. All the dogs attacking. This is amazing.
Well, she's jealous because I'm playing with her younger sister. No.
Do you got anything else you want to let us know, Frank? Oh!
You will play with us or else.
She got caught on the headphone wire.
That was amazing. That was the best.
Yeah, this is just happens when Daddy tries to live stream.
It's great. It's great. God, frickin' Painter, I can't with you. Is there anything else that you want?
I honestly did not see the toe on there. I thought he just said camel pics, and I'm like,
Camel
to
pics.
each their own. Maybe he has a fascination with humps.
They got some wily tongues, let me tell you.
They will spit.
Yes, they will.
Spit and
All right.
That is llamas and alpacas.
Tons of humps.
On that note, we are going to play your trailer, which I believe shows some art and has you talking a little bit about the campaign. So let's go ahead and do that, and we will see everybody next time. When is our next stream, babe?
Won't be until the art stream in May.
No, it will be the next time.
Next Saturday.
I
On the
stream
last
solo.
one, everybody's gonna have to just hold out on me.
When I stream solo.
For Red Valkyrie Presents, I don't know when you're going to stream solo. That's on you.
It wasn't a question, when am I going to stream solo? It was, the next time we stream will be when I stream solo. By the way, I have to put this up because I'm proud of it.
I love it. It is so good. Thank you very much to Mike McMahon for that amazing art. Absolutely amazing. And if you want to buy it, it's on t-shirts in the Red Valkyrie merch store. So go check it out.
Nice.
All right.
Let's see the trailer. Thanks for watching, guys.
Add then trailer.
I'm waiting here for you. I'm waiting here for you.
Frank Martin, writer and creator of Our Hero Phenom, a one-of-a-kind superhero story that will force readers to reconsider their definition of the word as it takes them on a galaxy-spanning adventure filled with action and suspense. Phenom is a shape-shifting alien who travels the stars, pretending to be the native hero of every planet he visits. But something goes wrong when he visits one such planet, only to find it in ruins. Phenom quickly moves to uncover the mystery behind its destruction, but doing so means jeopardizing the very secret he worked so hard to protect. Our Hero Phenom is a deconstruction of the hero motif. Its goal is to make fans of the genre question the very nature of what it means to be a hero and leave them pondering it well after the last page. If you're a fan of complex superhero stories like Watchmen, then I hope you'll check it out. You can support Phenom by clicking the Back This Project button at the top of the page or selecting the reward tier of your choice.
Lies.
Thanks for checking out the project, and we hope you enjoy Phenom's
Send a